supposedly.
It says it's being live streamed.
Okay, hello everybody.
Good
Welcome to
morning.
the meeting.
Morning.
I have to turn it off if it's being live streamed, and I have to find you back again. Okay. Well, whatever is happening is happening. Okay.
I'll go check for you. Carry on.
Um, okay, I will carry on. Welcome everybody to Explore Mixed Media with Corrine, Terry, and Laurie. That's the order you're in on my video today. And today we are going to be exploring pattern and play with stencil stamps and collage. And what I wanted to show you today was a little bit of, I know Laurie has a lot of handmade stencils and collages and masks, and I have some handmade masks. So I'm going to I think, just go right down to my area. How about you? Does anybody have anything that they're wanting to say?
No.
Nope, I think we can start.
We will start. I am going down to my area here. So this is one of the, ooh, I have to make sure that my area, you can see it. Where is my Loki capture? I have to come up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So this is one of the various ones I did this week. I see, Corinne, you have two really pretty ones too that you
Yeah,
have in your
that's from what we made earlier in the month.
earlier in the month. Okay. And this is kind of where I am going today with mine, in that I'm using masking techniques and stenciling techniques and scratching techniques to do the next layer, however we want to do the next layer. And one of the things that I wanted to do is show people that you can make your own masks and stencils. So this is a stencil that I made out of, this is contact paper, which I like a lot because it's not really super sticky, but after you cut it, it'll stick on something and it'll stick on your painting so that it won't come up when you're using it as a mask. And you'll also get a stencil out of it. So there's a variety of way of making stencils and stamps. So like here, I've drawn little birds on it, and I'm going to cut out two of these birds, or maybe three of these birds, and use them in my project. And then I will also have a stencil left of, so I'll have a mask and I'll have a stencil, if that makes any sense. What are you guys using over there?
I'm going to just be using stencils today because I have a lot of masks, like you said, but they're in my storage. So
Mhm.
I pulled out some stencils. I'm thinking maybe some flowers and
Oh, pretty.
So I made some stencils, but I used my Sizzix, die cut
Uh-huh.
machine.
oh yeah,
So
I got a lot
I
of it.
just cut them out of paper for today. I know they're not going to last long out of paper, but so I cut some flowers and some leaves, some other flowers. I cut some birds, and then of course I have um, all of these nice little pretty cutout pieces
Mhm.
now that I could either use as a mask or I can just use them and collage them into my painting.
Right, because you did yours on
So
paper.
yeah, I used some of the paper that we had made earlier in the month and just scraps of it that I had left from cutting out. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna try.
That's a really good idea. And as you can see, I'm just carefully
Cute
cutting
little
out
bird.
this little bird here, which is
So
related.
that's a good idea, the contact paper, and then you just pull it up when you're done, right?
Right, you just pull it up when you're
Love that.
done, and then you can actually heal the paper with a piece of tape, and you end up with both a stencil
Right.
and a another thing. So I like that idea. I'm not trying to torture you with all of it, but I'm just going to use some of the pieces that I have made and use them in my next layer. And so let's get started on our next layers.
Okay.
Okay. And I. So since I have a lot of color on here, I think I'm gonna use light. Figure out what I want where.
All right.
First of all, I'll figure out where I'm gonna put my bird. I definitely think for the bird, I'm gonna want to use the mask, not the stencil.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm figuring out now. Do I create myself a mask? Or do I just trace it here and then paint in the negative space? I'm thinking
Right.
I'm gonna take that approach.
I think that any of those approaches can work. Right now, my approach is to try to get the sticky. The only problem is I don't have fingernails, so getting the sticky thing off of this bird. But and sometimes I use the same stencil over and over again or the same mask over and over again and just work in small spaces.
Mhm.
And so that's another way of doing things. And then for me, I'm going to explore both transparent and opaque colors as a way of making statements in this too. So all of that is on my mind, but right now it's just getting this silly thing pulled off. So right now I am just throwing some shapes in here and kind of seeing, I'm going to mask out some space just to start with. Sometimes I make these funky little, I don't know what they are. They're just little shapes. Again, I love lots of funky little shapes. And this one, I'm thinking, of all things, I'm thinking of, I've been using these 3 pair things a lot as an underpainting, and I'm
Mhm.
thinking of titling the end result appearances. Or
Ha ha ha.
ha ha ha. So that's kind of where I'm starting with, and we'll go from there. And then you can use, especially if you use this stuff where I'm using with a little bit of the stickiness on it, it really does end up, it does end up working really well.
That's a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that. So that's a really good idea. I have plenty of contact paper and
Yeah, I
stuff.
love doing it with contact paper. I think the pears are left over from the project that I did with the pouring paint pear thing I did for Alcohol Inc. community, but they've been around for years and they still work. So the first thing that I'm going to do with this is try to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to put another, at this point I can actually stamp in there too and stamp in a unifying pattern if I want. So I'm just going to go to my next thing, which is get paint. And I
I'm
love
gonna
the
do it the other way.
Yeah, I love the turquoises, so let me grab some of my turquoisey paint, wherever I put it. What I love about this process, or all of these processes, is how we just kind of can explore our way through a painting, and it doesn't have to be like perfectly. I don't have to know yet what's going to happen later. If that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Since I can't find my turquoise, oh, there it is. How can I not have my turquoise? I used it yesterday. Okay, so there's some of my turquoise.
I need some white.
And sometimes I vary viscosity, I guess, or the amount of how much do I want it to be solid, or do I want the color to show through underneath? So I do that a lot too. And I also will put literally a stencil on top of it, or I'll pull out, like right now, I'm going to see if I can pull out a little bit of pattern with this stamp, and not much. So I'm going to I'm keeping on exploring. I like your little birdie stencil that you made, or mask, or whatever it is that you made there.
That's
Thanks.
cute.
And B. So I want to put some of this unifying. And then I have to let it dry. I really need to put a gel plate out here. It's so much easier to fill a stamp with from a gel plate. I'm so spoiled with gel plates. Because I want to,
We
I
really
wanna-
do, really have to do some more sessions on that here.
I know, yeah, we do. We really do need to do more. And, because I was trying to stay a little away from it this month, because I had a couple people that said, well, I don't have gel plates. And I'm like, why not? Truly, why not? This is crazy. You must have gel plates.
Hmm.
But
Oh my God.
that's what I'm gonna just grab. Oh, what pretty colors you have going. Grab this one and pull it off and use it as a stamp pad, because it does work so much better. Now, if I pull up this on the stamp, it works so much better. And then I can put some of this just ghosting in here. Okay. And then I want to put some texture in. Oh, I forgot to clean up. So on camera, I constantly show you all the mistakes. Kareem, I can't really see what you're doing. You have to
Sorry.
come up a little bit. Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Pull this over. I don't know. I'm exploring.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, it's all about what happens if.
Right.
I liked the colors underneath, but there wasn't even there, and I don't really know if there's really a topic yet in this thing, but
Right.
I am finding out different things, like where are my skewers? Ah, I need. I'm changing my colors a little bit and seeing what happens. I'm just having fun. There's a green. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is
I thought to try for a minute. Okay, more paint.
So I decided to use a Deco Art color here, Citron
Uh-huh.
green. But
Mhm.
these are very fluid, and if you paint with them lightly, you get that transparency.
Transparent.
And I think
Nice.
I'd go around first and then darken if I needed to. So
Mhm.
that was my choice here. And I'm liking it because I can still kind of see underneath. So it's helping me see in this instance because I didn't use a mask and painting around. It's taking longer because I used a stencil to, you know,
Yeah.
then now I'm negative painting it.
Right. And I am trying to see what this little birdie is going to do here. And I'm mostly thinking I'm staying with blues and greens for this level because the bottom layer is so warm. But I tend to love the turquoisey and warmer blues and greens. So
Yeah.
that, um, you know, I put a bunch of this, I put a bunch of stuff through a stencil here, and I love how it's raised. All those letters are raised and they're catching the color. I'm hoping
Mhm.
I'm hoping that in the end I can use some gold to really almost burnish them, but we will see. And I want this lavender, I want this to stay lavender in this area around this little guy. So, but I think I want this to go greener or more on the green side down there. And I think I need to stop because I want to maybe put in more things. Don't I have another leaf somewhere? I talk to myself constantly too.
It helps. I do too.
You guys are being so quiet.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I tend to be very cerebral when I paint. Like it's all in the head. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
Mhm.
about actually necessary vocally. And when it does, like when I'm recording video, I'm rambling. I end up having to do voiceovers half the time.
Yeah, because I'm in my head. I have the same problem. Or I spend my whole time questioning myself. Okay. I want to do a little more in the way of stencily, scrapey stuff. I love scrapey stuff too, going through. And sometimes I even do almost scratchier stuff. So it really comes through. Okay. Well, at this point, I've got a lot of stuff happening. Where are we going? 10, 18? We're doing okay. I think I'm going to liberate a few of these. Like, I think I'm going to see what happens if I pull up this bird. Let's see. Oh, now isn't that nice? That bird's just sitting right there. And I'm thinking that this bird needs to come in another 2 or 3 different places. So I'm thinking I'm putting him down here, bird by bird. And I have a leaf somewhere in there, I thought. I have a leaf here. Oh, I have a leaf here. I think I'm going to take this leaf here, if I can find the 10. Pull this out and reposition it up here. Okay, go down, become. And then I'm gonna work on that, and I'm gonna make it whiter. And I lost my brush. Oh, there it is. So now we've got a little bit happening here. It's more on the white side.
Some blue.
I love that color together, but I'm gonna see here I am talking to myself again.
Thanks.
Thinking, 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 thinking. Positive and negatives. How am I coming up with my positive and negatives here and blending the colors together so that they are pleasing? Oh, right, that is one of the masks. Oh, my heavens. And the other thing is, it's not your this is not my final layer.
Right.
So
Mhm.
as I'm just exploring these shapes, what I'm using is whether I do the positive of putting in a stencil or the negative of using a mask. It's all kind of it's just going to be another layer, you know.
Yeah.
There's going to be another layer of some sort here, and it's in the different colors. Like right now I'm going to use a little bit of this this color, and then add a little bit more of this over here and see what happens if I add just a little bit of light to that corner. I like that light. I might end up putting some of it in this corner. And we need more color.
Brush.
Hmm?
Talking to myself, said I need a brush.
We all get there. Okay, I need more of the blue, 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 blue that I just found, and now I've lost again. So, and the one thing that I do know, if I want to scratch into this stuff, I need to do it fairly quickly. I can't let it dry too much. But if I want to add into it somehow, let's just say I want to put a little more of this in here, just a little more in a lighter shade. I can also add over what I've already done, which adds more texture. Okay, I'm going to, I think, move some of my pears here. And apparently I'm going to move this one. And then I'm going to put it down here. And I want it at the same angle. I may cut it. They've stayed attached to themselves too long. Where's the scissors? Here I go. I'm going to put one here, one here, and I want to put one another. I have to finish that first. Repeat this somewhere. I don't know where these weird ovals come from, but I have them everywhere in a bunch of my paintings. They just show up. It must mean something. And I need my third bird. Okay, so this guy needs to get finished here a little, just a little. Ooh, I like that texture that's happened to there. So he can go down there. Those guys need to be finished. So where are we? Ah, we only have 5 minutes, girls.
Okay.
How can we do so much? It's like, ah,
I say we either, well, I guess it's better to finish it during the week and then come back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next week, we're going to talk about completing one. That's next week's. And we're also going to have a, on Wednesday, we're scheduled to have
Alive.
a live.
Yeah.
And then I want to pick one of these that also we can complete for the live. Next week, next week, we are supposed to be the pulling it all together. So we're going to talk a lot about what we've worked on and what we're pulling together.
Oh, okay.
So, but the live, we can do it. We can finish this on the live next week if we want. That could work very well.
So the live is Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes. Is that okay?
And well, you guys can go ahead and do it. I'm going to be on a plane coming back from New York State
Oh, no.
Wednesday evening, but you guys can go ahead. It's fine.
Okay. We'll miss you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But have fun.
Thank you. Family trips.
Ah, family's always good.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see your son or?
Yeah, huh?
Okay.
Okay. I am unsure of a few places, but at this point, I am fairly happy with others. So I'm gonna stop for a second and see what happens if I just add, I'm not sure what I want to add to there. I think I like the beautiful color in there, but I want to make it lavender, so I don't want a green in it. So much fun.
Yes. Needs to be blue.
This needs scrape some texture in there. See if we can scrape some texture.
Do get a smaller brush.
Okay. I'm going to start with the reveal here and see how this is working for pulling up. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's very pretty.
So far, we're getting there. It's not, we're done, but it's got some, with all these masks, it's got another layer or two on it. And then a lot of times what I'll do is do these same masks and do a transparent color and kind of do a shadow thing, have,
Right,
you know,
yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
another
Yeah.
level. Because it's in all of the levels that we get the magic.
Right.
Right.
So, oh, Laura, yours is turning out so luscious.
It is. It's beautiful.
So is yours, Corinne. Love
Thank
it.
Oh,
you.
wow. Yeah, I'm just looking up at both of
I've
yours.
got a couple
Um,
of them going. I just because I'm working back and forth as they
Right. That was a
rise.
yeah.
I've got all this stuff going. And
Wow.
one that I haven't figured out where I'm going, except I masked the little
You
bird, but
masked the
we'll figure
bird.
it out.
Well, I think we are
I'm just gonna keep adding
officially,
layers.
yeah, we are officially out of time.
Okay.
I am going to say goodbye and say that we'll have the live on Wednesday at 7:30, if that's a
Okay.
good time for you, Laurie.
Yeah, that's good.
Does that work for you? And then we'll see you all next week. And
Yes.
I hope to see what you guys are kind of doing. So it's interesting looking at we always do so many different ways how we each interpret things.
Right,
I
exactly.
know.
And it is fascinating to look at how we all are doing it. It amazes me every time.
Yeah, same.
So
We all have different approaches, but we also learn new approaches from each other. I love that.
right, I
Yes.
know, and I've learned so much today from I've used that stencil before, but never the way you're using it, Laurie, and it's quite lovely.
Yeah, it's turning out great. I've done something similar before, but this is an exploration and I'm liking it. It's triggering a bunch of other ideas that I plan to do with it.
Yes, it's really fabulous. And Corinne, I love how you've got that looseness and the translucent of the bird is just lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the compositions are coming along wonderfully. So
Thank you.
I like all of it. So thank you all for participating. We'll see you next week. You will still be, are you still going to be able to do Friday, or are you in New York for
Be
Friday?
back. I'll be
Huh?
back for Friday. I will be back for Friday.
Okay, we'll see you by then. And
Okay.
I want to thank everybody, and let me disconnect however I disconnect.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
How do I stop live stream? Does it just say